You may have heard about stool transplants to help fight off certain infections, but could a vaginal fluid transplant keep things healthier down there? Bacterial vaginosis, or BV, is the most prevalent vaginal infection in those aged 14 to 44, but there is still no perfect cure. It's characterized by unusual discharge that has a strong smell, and it often returns despite treatment. Now scientists are looking into extracting vaginal fluid from a healthy donor and transplanting it into someone with BV. The thought being some might benefit from a healthy dose of vaginal microbes. So could this approach revolutionize female reproductive health, much in the same way fecal transplants did for digestive health? Joining us now via Skype is Dr. Laura Ensign, who is researching these vaginal fluid transplants at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine. This is obviously a very unconventional idea. How did you all come up with this and start looking at it as a possible treatment?
It was actually back in 2013. I was driving into work and listening to NPR, and I heard the story, about stool transplants and about the first randomized controlled clinical trial they had done. And when I heard about how incredible the results were, I immediately thought, why aren't we doing vaginal microbiota transplants? And so it's really been since then, that I've been making my way towards figuring out how to get this into the clinic.
I think the research is interesting. And if this is going to happen, when would you see it happening? Like, where are you in the research process?
We are at the point where the FDA is allowing us to proceed with clinical studies. And so really the only thing that we need now is funding. And so we have proposals into various places like the NIH to get that funding in place. And so fingers crossed, I'm hopeful and optimistic that it would be next year that we'd actually be able to get into the clinic.
Wow. It is fascinating. It does highlight how in some women, bacterial vaginosis can be so recalcitrant to traditional treatments of antibiotics. And you obviously have probably seen it a lot in your clinics.
Yeah, and one reason it's hard to treat is because we are still learning. We're learning a lot. For example, when we think about bacterial vaginosis, we say it's not a sexually transmitted infection based on what we currently know, because we sometimes, rarely, we will see it in really young children, and we'll see it in virgins as well. And also, there's no identified male counterpart for female bacterial vaginosis, meaning we can't say, oh, you have male BV. So we don't say it's a sexually transmitted infection. But at the same time, when people have multiple sexual partners or new sexual partners, they have a higher risk of BV. So sex is playing some kind of role there. Still learning a lot, but you really want to know those types of things when you're coming up with an ideal treatment.
And before I let you go, Dr. Ensign, when we talked about fecal transplants, I had to clarify to people, we're not talking about people literally taking...
Right. You're not at the bar saying, I got a little itch.
Hey, here you go. Here, have some of mine.
Yeah.
So I just, again... It goes without saying, but that's not what's happening here. Like, oh, here's some fluid here you go.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah.
So best of success to you. We're really excited to hear about these trials.
Right?